If you hate cold calling, cold emailing, and want to stop chasing people to sell them something, then you must become the go-to thought leader in your niche. Doing so will lead people to come to you. Applying the personal branding strategy insights we'll share with you in this video will get you closer to that goal. These insights come from the top strategies in history. Some of these insights were used to create the biggest empires in the history of our planet. Although you won't be fighting battles with swords or gunpowder, you will be doing so with content. And the territories you will conquer are not physical, but digital and psychological. To become a go-to thought leader, you need to dominate certain keywords and topics with the ultimate goal of conquering certain thoughts and emotions in the minds of your audience and ideal clients. Keep watching this video to learn more about how you can create a winning personal branding strategy. Nobody else will understand your plan. Napoleon faced Mac again in September of 1805, and this time Napoleon seemed to be in great danger. His men were hungry, tired, and short on supplies. Retreat seemed like the best option, and all his generals were advising to do so. On November 25th, some of Napoleon's troops were reported to start moving into a position that indicated preparation for battle. And this didn't make sense because his troops were outnumbered 2-1. The Austrian and Russian leaders were surprised when Napoleon seemed eager to come to terms and seemingly making preparation for battle. At this point, the Tsar and his generals thought that Napoleon was panicking and trying to minimize his losses. The suspicion seemed to be confirmed when Napoleon abandoned a strong position he had recently taken. He appeared to be confused. Then he asked for a meeting with the Tsar, but the Tsar sent an emissary who reported that Napoleon was clearly full of fear and doubt. Still, they were not able to agree to terms and were set to start the battle. As the battle began, the Austrians and Russians were dominating and pushing deeper into French lines. Right when it seemed the battle was almost over, news arrived of a large French force that was heading their way, and given their current position would soon end up surrounding and isolating the Austrians and Russians. The defeat was so great that the Austrian and Russian alliance collapsed. Napoleon was able to turn the situation around, and this became one of the greatest triumphs of his career. From everyone else's perspective, Napoleon's move didn't make sense, but from his perspective, it was all part of a winning strategy. The same will happen when you start building your personal brand. As you start sharing content, people will criticize it. Your friends, family, and colleagues will start sharing their opinion, and it might not always be positive. People will say that you're putting your career in jeopardy or that you might hurt your reputation within the company. Some might say that you are too old for social media, and the list goes on and on. They will say you are confused, as they did with Napoleon. You must trust your vision and strategy. Sooner or later, everyone will realize that your personal brand will be the asset that leads you to the greatest triumphs of your career. And for the other competitors in your niche, it will be too late when they realize that you have become the go-to thought leader. Applying these personal branding strategy insights. If you like these insights and are hungry for more, then I have good news for you. There is more. For more personal branding insights from historical figures who were able to almost dominate the world, you can read the top 13 personal branding strategy tips from Napoleon Bonaparte. If you want more details about what you get with a personal branding strategy, you can get some insights from our services page, where there's a description of the personal branding strategy services. Whenever you're ready to get started with the creation of your personal branding strategy, you can apply to book a complimentary consultation call with us. And if you want more historical war stories, I'd recommend you read the 33 Strategies of War by Robert Greene.